welcome to Carlin's Off-Grid YouTube channel. I do things differently. I'm a wanderer, a tinkerer, a nerd, and a U.S. Navy veteran. I have a motorcycle, a truck, and a school bus. Oh, and I built my house now. There might also be spaceships and stuff. I live off-grid. I'm powered by the universe. Comments are always welcome. It would be really awesome if you could subscribe. Hey! Alright, you found me. My name is Carlin, and I've got a off-grid house here on a little ranch in West Texas. Thanks for joining. I'll show you around. More info is on my website. You should totally check that out. The link is in the description. I'm using the short nails. The air compressor's sitting in the camper shed still. It's got enough air to do a few of these. That would work. Top plate I can hit. I'm not smart enough to leave the tool where I can reach it though. Where my stud is from the mark. It should be relatively straight. So it keeps trying to rain on me, but it's been just hit and miss, just little sprinkles. Not enough to really quit working kind of thing. There was that much water in the rain gutter. Every time I hit it, a little bit more dripples out. So I made a change because I screwed up. It was 105 inches, now it's 107. Somewhere my math wasn't very good. So I got this corner framed in. I doubled up this post so I had something to nail into. The bottom piece is a post that goes into the ground. So that's pretty solid. Got to try out toe nailing, that seemed to work. And I put a couple into the end plate for the roof. So that's pretty solid. That feels pretty good. So I can frame that, or that is framed. I think I'm not going to put a stud in the middle of that. Oh yeah, 24 inches, perfect. So I'm framing everything else. Yeah, there's more water. Everything else is 24 inches, so I'll just leave it like that. Which kind of makes sense if you think about it. The new roof is 24 inches longer than the old roof, so that should make sense. I did a little bit of measuring trying to figure that out, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. Now that I've got that in place and I can measure it, I'm going to come down to this end, measure it, and I am going to string it just so I can have a straight line on the dirt. That hole might be big enough to get away with it still, because I measured it at 105, now it's 107, so I'll just move the hole a little bit. Okay, 3 o'clock update. This side is done now. My arm got tired, I couldn't hold the camera up. So I got that kind of doorway framed, sort of. Double post plus a little bit. That was because I missed this. I'm going to run my OSB all the way to the end of this doubled up board here. Or actually it's not doubled up, but anyway, run the OSB to the end. And that ran me short on this because this was an 8-foot wall. So I just put one sideways, toe nailed it in there, and then that'll pick that that up so I can run OSB all the way across. And then I doubled this up for the doorway. I've got that was my template for my 10-foot rafter. I just screwed it up there to hold it. That'll keep the wall stable. They're basically vertical, but I see there's a zigzag between the sections somewhere. So I might bump that just a little bit. It's not very much though. I can easily make that up on the rafters. When I get to making rafters, I will make one template and slide it all the way down and make sure it works. If it doesn't, I'll just watch where it doesn't. And because my goal is to make all the rafters at one time. That goes a whole lot faster. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, I'm going to sit down and drink a little bit and then we'll hit it again. I think it's going faster without bringing the camera continuously, because otherwise I keep feeling like I should explain what I'm doing. And this way I can just say this is what I did. It's easier. Cool. Moving on. It's almost 5 o'clock and the rain is finally coming. I think it's for real this time. So what do we got? This wall is nearly framed. I could feel it coming. I kept getting nervous. I'm like, man, it's got to be coming soon. So this end is done and tied to that. This end is done and tied to that. Bottoms are still floating. I clamped that to hold it straight. I need to cut a splice up there and then I'll just put a short piece to splice it. Otherwise, framing is done. Now we're ready for the roof and I'm going back inside. It almost felt like hail. Great big drops. Okay, it's about 3 o'clock now. Just to get a quick walk around. I've only been working for a couple hours. It rained this morning, so I got that piece was an offcut from another piece, so that's a happy little accident. The bottom pieces are full sheets, and then the top is about 36 inches. All right, on both sides. And the part by the front door was the offcut from this piece. Yeah, how about that? Pretty sure that wasn't planned. This piece, probably could have cut it a little wider, but I wanted it even on the outside and the inside. I really didn't care as long as it's in there, right? So I'm like, yeah, good enough. Yeah, this is going well. Loving that nail gun. Pop, 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 pop. And this is feeling so much more solid just by having the sheets on there. For example, I don't even think about how high it is if I just lay out 6 feet tall. Which is about there. If I put a framing square there, I want to make sure I don't hit my head. It'd be nice if I had a little bit of headroom. Higher is better, right? Gives me enough. Plus it gives me enough of a piece across here. There we go. These aren't standard spacing on these. There would be enough room to get the nail gun between standard studs. Since I don't have a very straight eye, I can never find, even if I had a mark on top, which I do, before I put this up I marked where each stud was, but I can't always trust that I'll hit a straight line. So I'm going to shoot this first set here first, then I'm going to use this is actually for drywall. I'll set this up here on the mark and then I'll just go right beside it and I know I'm going to hit the mark then. For me that's going to work. I've already done a few like that, so you know, if you have trouble hitting things, that might help. And little nails, yep. And yeah, the generator's running and the air compressor's turned on, so as soon as I run out of air, it'll start running again. So if you hear that, that's what's going on. And there's my stud. Then, since I'm right-handed, this so I can shoot right beside it and I know I'm good. So. If anybody asks, building this has been exceptionally good practice for me so that when I get around to building the house soon, I'm kind of getting a little refresher course here. Now I can't quite see my marks. Okay, I'm going to do this and just see if I got it right. So the width at the bottom is not the same as the width at the top because it's a little bit off square. It's 83.5 on the short side, 88.5 on the tall side. So I measured and cut it all with one time without checking it again. So I'm just curious if I got it even close. Wish me luck. Survey says yeah, let's see. Well, definitely wrong. Go figure, right? I left the painted machine edge on the door side because that's the one I'm going to see every day. I don't care about out here so much. I know it's a terrible attitude. This is what I want. It to be tight on that side, so I'm going to trim this side. If you ever get a house built, do not watch the framers build your house. It'll ruin the experience for you. That's not the prettiest cut I've ever made with a book. Whoa, nail it. Holy shit, there's walls. I'm giddy. This is the closest to a real workshop I've ever had, I think, of my own. Okay. Get a focus, okay. Nothing came through on this side. Holy shit, it worked. I'm as amazed as you are. That's awesome. Cool. I might be getting the hang of this. No, seriously, check this out. Check out my workshop. Awesome lighting with no roof. I should leave that. It's not an exact number width-wise because I didn't have to match the floor. I'm going to use 10-foot rafters, and I'm going to have an overlap or a overhang similar to this wall here to the end where the gutter is. So obviously that's not going to be there for much longer. But in the meantime, I do have a trash can here, and that has been catching water. Yeah. Anyway, so what I did is instead of measuring, I just figured out the pitch of that and copied it. And basically this wall is about 2 feet further over because I'm using 10-foot roof instead of 8-foot roof. And that's about the same, approximately. Nothing really exact about this. I'm a hack. I'm not going to sweat that too much. But here to here is 8 feet, and here to there is 8 feet, and here to there is about 20 feet, depending where you measure from. It's 20 feet outside, I think. So, shitload of workbench down this side. This door I made 24 inches from the inside corner, so I can put a 24-inch workbench and it doesn't get blocked by the door. This one is a little bit bigger space, for whatever reason, and then that gives me a decent-sized door. Honestly, I don't remember the numbers. There was no drawing on this. I just literally kind of made it up as I went. Not the best plan, but here we are. Yeah, heck yeah, this is coming along great. It seemed like it took it 3 days longer than it should have, but anyway, I'm trying to learn lessons doing this so that when I get to the house, it goes a little bit better. So, the last piece up there. Let's see if we can figure this one out. leftovers? Oh, you didn't see any of that, did you? Shit, sorry. I gotta remember to aim the camera. Wow. This is, I may have mentioned the robot earlier on this channel. It is feasible, and people are doing it, to aim a camera robotically to follow you around. You could actually have it, you know, follow you around, but it could just at least track you. So basically it looks at your color. So in my case, green shirt today. So it would just follow the green shirt. All right. Which would be wonderful for me, because I don't know how many times I have set the camera up and then walked and did something in the wrong spot and the camera's over here still. I very much would like to be able to say that when I build the house, I built it completely off-grid using solar power off the batteries, or battery power off the solar, or however you want to say it. However, the last few days have been cloudy, and I haven't got nearly the solar that I need to do that. So the biggest problem has been the air compressor. When I'm running the air nail gun, it is just sucking through the air. And the air compressor runs a lot, and it takes a lot of torque to run it. Earlier projects when I used the brad nailer, that worked fine. I'm not saying, you know, I can use the brad nailer to build a house. I'm just saying that I don't have enough battery capacity to be able to build a house off of the current setup, which is sad. I was hoping I'd be able to do that. Turned out to be an amazingly good day. I'm surprised how much I got done considering 1 o'clock when I started. See, this is what I really suspected. I haven't been living up to it yet, but I'm starting to get into a groove. I really felt that this would have gone faster with the nail gun, but I got tripped up on a couple of details that had slowed me down. Again, I didn't have a really good working plan. So I got to work through that. But now that I'm getting to trust the tools and the process. So once you get in a groove, the walls will go really fast. All right, that's about it for this week. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. And what else is there? Patreon and PayPal and all that other stuff. Check out the link in the description. I've got a page on my website, gives you a lot more information about the ranch and everything I'm doing out here. So again, thanks for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. More info is on my website. You should totally check that out. Link is in the description. I do things differently.